steamy relationship with sales? Who has a steamy relationship with sales? Why would you even want a steamy relationship with sales? What about if it made you money and got you more customers? Find out what I'm talking about on the next Authentic Selling TV. I am willing to bet that when you put your head on your pillow at night, you do not think, oh yes, sales. I am willing to think, nope, I'm not willing to think. I am willing to bet that rarely do you go to bed and think, I need more sales. Now, you might think I need more sales because I need more money, because I got to pay rent, or I want more customers, or I want to help more people. But selling is one of those things that a lot of people feel like they don't even need. And selling gets a bad rap. So as we're talking about relationships this month, we're going to talk about your relationship with selling. Now, the first thing before you hit next video, I'm going to spoiler alert. You absolutely, this is not my opinion, this is a fact, need a relationship with sales. If you run a business, if you even work in customer service, you are the face of the company and you got to have a relationship with sales. You don't have to call it sales. You can call it whatever you want. As a matter of fact, there are all kinds of hidden sales jobs in our world. Customer service rep is a sales job. You are the person who solves problems. You are the face of the company. You are the person that literally has within the power of your keyboard to make somebody so angry that they go on a Twitter rant about how they will never do business with your company again. Or, oh my God, they made my whole day. Like, I can't believe they went above and beyond. We've all had both sides of that experience. There are all kinds of hidden sales jobs in the world. And there's a book that is written, I can't remember who wrote it, but everybody is in selling. I don't know if that's true, but the whole Steve Harvey interview that I did was about you're selling even when you don't know you're selling. Parents, you sell your kids on going to bed and eating their vegetables. And sure, you can be the authoritarian and say, because I said so. And that's fine. You're still selling them. So we're all selling. I'm really good at saying to my husband, I'm going to sell you on me spending this money to buy shoes. Not that I need his permission, but you know, if the shoes are $500 and you divide that by the number of wears, I'm going to wear them for the next 10 years. I don't have many pairs of $500 shoes, by the way, just to be clear. They're more like, 100, but whatever. For math, it's easy. And I divide that by 10 and I wear them 3 days a week. I mean, I'm down to like, it's a penny a wear. So we're all selling people. Maybe you're selling your spouse on taking the garbage out, whatever. But then in your work, a lot of us are also selling. And in the online world, whether you know it or not, you're selling. And you're not just selling people on saying yes to your incredible product or service. You are selling people on wanting to do business with you. You're selling people on the fact that you're a decent human. You're selling people on the fact that you know your stuff. I joke about this all the time, but if you think that I'm too expensive, hire an amateur. And again, I use this example all the time, but with video, like hire an amateur videographer. Or even better yet, or actually worse yet, try to do it yourself. And you will be like, oh yeah, I just cost myself 4 weeks and I didn't spend any money, but I sure as hell didn't make any because I am too busy trying to figure out how to record and get the sound and get the light right. Lighting, bane of my existence. I digress. So the point here is you have a relationship with sales. You have a relationship with sales that's multifaceted because you have a relationship as a consumer, as a buyer of things, and you have a relationship as a provider of things. And it's really interesting to look at outside of the online industry or the online coaching and consulting industry and look at where other people have decided to go all in on their sales strategy. So let's take Amazon, for example. Now you may be like, hate Jeff Bezos. He's a problem. Great. Fine. This is not about Bezos. But what did Amazon go all in on? What's their sales strategy? Ease, right? And eventually I would imagine that their sales strategy is you can get anything from here, one-stop shopping. But it's so freaking easy. I can do it from my phone. It's here the next day. That's their sales strategy. So when you hear me say do the common things uncommonly well, that's an example. I was not in the Amazon meetings, but I guarantee you there was a strategy and a concerted effort made to make buying from Amazon easy. Make it ease. That's their strategy. So let's take this back a couple of steps. Everybody has been on either side of the buying experience. As a consumer, you probably have a rotten sales story, right? And quite honestly, some of this, which I know this sounds really wonky, but some of this is passed down in our DNA. I know that sounds absolutely absurd, but I think about the song Old Town Road. Gonna take my something to the Old Town Road, gonna ride. Don't remember the rest, but I loved that song. And our roots, our history with selling sort of starts back in Old Town Road time, where that is an actual time, Old Town Road time. It's an actual era of history, by the way, just so you know, that when traveling medicine men would ride on their horses and their wagons into colonies or into areas, and they would say, I've got this elixir that's going to solve all your problems. It's going to make you feel 10 feet tall and bulletproof. It's going to make you hotter than you have ever felt. It is going to make you braver than you have ever been. And everybody's like, yes, please, yes, please, yes, please. And we all know how this story plays out, right? The traveling medicine man got back on the Old Town Road and he rode into another town. And it was alcohol, so everybody felt like death the next morning. And so that's literally in our history. That is some of our ancestors' first experience with selling. And so there is a little bit of this beware of the salesperson. This absolutely is true with car salesmen. I mean, it's even become something that we talk about, the used car salesman, because they'll sell you a Mercedes and deliver something that's not a Mercedes, right? So we have that. Beware of buyer's remorse. Beware of being tricked. On the other side, as a provider of the service, we want to say so far removed from being that Old Town Road salesperson, that slimy, stereotypical used car salesman that promises you oceanfront property and gives you a retention pond. But your past experience affects your relationship with selling. So when you think of the word selling, and I've asked this question all over the world, what comes up? And for a lot of people, it's icky, sleazy, slimy, gross, crusty, musty, rusty, dusty. Actually, that's not fair. I added crusty, musty, rusty, dusty in there because it's fun to say. But icky, sleazy, slimy, gross, bully, pushy, uncomfortable, bad at it. Okay, if that is your relationship with something that makes your business money, how's it going to work out for you? It's not going to work out too well, y'all, right? It's not. And so slowing that down, I use this word a lot, but slowing that down and saying, oh, this is why I feel this way about selling. Now, you may also feel that way about selling because people have taught you to sell in a way that feels awful to you. But I want you to think about any other area of your life. Let's say that you want to get healthy, okay? You want to get healthy. And I tell you, think of the most disgusting thing in the world. Like, it just tastes awful. Your least favorite thing in the world to eat. And I tell you, that's what you have to eat to get healthy. The majority of us are not going to stick with that long because it's uncomfortable, because it tastes bad, right? And probably because it probably wouldn't make us healthy anyway. So anywhere else where things feel off, even in relationships with our spouse, we're like, this doesn't feel good to me. Let's go to couples therapy. But with selling and our relationship, we're like, this feels awful. I'm not going to do it. The only people you hurt by not doing it are your customers who you could help and yourself, because, well, your bank account's not a person, your business. So what's your relationship with sales? If your answer was, I don't have one, or ew, consider this a wake-up call. Your relationship with sales has got to get to a place that is at bare minimum, I don't mind it. I see this as a way to tell people how I can help them. I see this as a way to make money in my business, and I don't have to do anything icky, sleazy, slimy, gross, crusty, musty, rusty, dusty to do it. I don't have to Old Town Road. I don't have to be the stereotypical used car salesman. One of the best ways to start thinking about how you can adjust your steps in selling or how you sell is, how do you want to make people feel? You know, it was really interesting. Jess, the video director, videographer, the brainchild behind all of this YouTube stuff, asked me, how do you want people to feel when they watch your YouTube videos? And I'm like, oh, yeah, what a basic, fantastic question. You know, what are our values for the show? And we came up with trust and transparency. I want you to feel, that ultimately means I want you to feel safe here. I want you to feel safe with your business. I want you to know that I'm an expert at selling. I'm not an expert at a lot of things, but you can trust that I'm going to give you the best I know to give you. And I'm also going to tell you, I'm going to be transparent and tell you this is where I tried and failed miserably. Like literally dropped the ball on that one. Ate a crap sandwich. Don't do this. So how do you want to make people feel when they're being sold to? Do you want them to feel guilty? Do you want them to be like, yeah, well, I guess. I want people to be 100% hell yes. I see how this solves a problem. It doesn't mean that they're not scared, because it's scary to invest in yourself. I get that. But I want them to be like, yes, I feel safe. I feel good about this investment. And so then when you decide with how you want to make people feel, then you say, how do I change or alter what I'm doing so that people feel that way? And that's where authentic selling really comes in. And I'm going to give you a tip that I give every business owner that I've ever worked with. And you've heard me mention this here on this channel before. Similar to what Amazon did, what do you want to be known for? How do you want to make people feel? What do you want to be known for? Right? And in the coaching industry alone, there are a gazillion things you could be known for. Great customer service, really solid YouTube channel, a funny YouTube channel, an Instagram where there's no comment left behind, delivering stellar services, the place where people actually get results, giving the best free content on the planet. Like, pick one. Start with one. We call this, it's one of the foundations of authentic selling, doing the common things uncommonly well. And double down on that thing. As sure as my hair is red, if you think, how do I want people to feel? And how can I make people feel that way when selling to them? And what is the one thing I want to be known for? Your relationship with selling is going to change. And then if you're still stuck, it's like, yeah, but I don't actually know how to have sales calls. I don't actually know how to follow up with being icky, sleazy, slimy, gross, crusty, musty, rusty, dusty. Head over to Authentic Selling or KendrickShope.com. We got resources there for you that will help you with that. So you can learn the tactical and the practical. Anybody can learn that. But we got to start with, how do you want people to feel? And what are you going to double down on? Tell me in the comments. What are you going to double down on? And before you do that, ring that bell. Ring that bell. I'm waiting for the day when somebody's like, you sing so bad, I'm buying you singing lessons because I can't stand it. I believe in you and I believe in your business. Bye, y'all.